Hey, Frank here. Today I'm gonna show you how to create your first AI automation that use no code at all to generate an entire post like this one, including this nice quote, just starting from a quote and some notes for the prompt that you wanna use to communicate your concept. 100% automating, building a workflow on Make that will just run, and while running will talk to ChatGPT to generate the post. It will then update your database, and then we generate the image with your custom layout for the post and update your database, marking this job as finished so you can review the post and publish. Eventually you can publish everything in an automated way, but this will be part of another video.
Get deep with Frank to see AI define the new rules of the business game.
I'm gonna show you how to work with a simple database like this one, where you can start and put your initial idea and the prompt notes, and then decide the platform that you want to use, put a status, and as you can see, you will get generated the post and the image. Like we run this job right now, and the final output would be a fully professional post with the body, starting from the quote, information based on your prompt notes. This will be built with the ChatGPT O version, and this will be your visual for the post with your custom layout that we will build inside a tool which is codeless, where you can customize all the elements, the font, the style, the background, and even go for all different formats, like for stories, for Instagram, or different kind of layout that you can play with. So let's get rolling building your first AI automation. In this tutorial I'm going to use mainly free tools, and the first one is going to be Make, which is the place where you build the automation itself, which makes different tools work together, from the database, the AI integration, and the tool for generating the visual, integrated in one in the same workflow, which then can be run with a scheduler or triggered by you updating your database. And the second tool is Airtable, which is a very simple, let's say like a Google Sheet, but with steroids. It's very easy to work with automation, so it's much better for managing simple databases like this, with status management to trigger automation and your different steps for what you're building. And you can find a little guide on how to set up these free tools on the AI Traction community. The link will be in the description. And so if you have not set up your account, first I suggest you to start setting your free account on Make, and the same to do with an Airtable account. You can follow these links and these basic instructions to set up your free accounts, and then you will be ready to get started. Additionally, in the community, you can find this tutorial I'm recording right now, and you can also download the blueprint. What is a blueprint? So basically, you can use a blueprint to start from scratch and import my blueprint to create the base for the automation. So you can just import this. But now in the video we're gonna build it from scratch together, so you can understand really how it works and how you can leverage this tutorial to build your own processes for marketing and automating your teamwork, and then generating a new leverage using AI. So first of all, I'm gonna explain you exactly what this workflow is doing. I'm gonna give you a 30-second overview of the workflow. So everything starts from a database, which we build inside Airtable, where we just put our idea. Could be a quote or an idea for a post. You can set it up how you want. And then I added a column where I put like prompt notes. So what I want AI to consider when generating the post. And then we put some status for managing our workflow automation. So the process knows if this post is already published, if it's ready to review, or if it needs to start from scratch. So if we want to run this automation again, we can just put the status to do, and then we go to our make automation, and then if we do run, it will understand that need to run that post. So let me show you what the automation is as an overview. From the input, the idea and the note that we put, now it's working with ChatGPT or with a specific assistant that I built, but we will just use ChatGPT O for the automation. So what this step does is to actually return from initial prompt, which is this one, which is taken from our database. It's returning the actual text. Sorry, it's here. It's returning the actual body of the post that we can further review in our database before posting. So as you can see, it returned a post that we can check out in our automation. So we find it here. This is also getting information from my book, which I gave to the assistant as a source to get information for writing my post. And if you have something similar, you can follow another tutorial to source a specific AI and train it to your content, to your style, and this provides the most personalized kind of content generation. Then the flow goes on just to process this data and transform it into different format that you can actually save in our database. So this actually saves and updates the database as we saw. And then this steps goes with an integration with this tool to generate the actual image. So it takes the quote, goes into this tool and updates these fields. The text, the background and the colors could be updated if we want, and then export that image into our database. So at the end we find the post here with the image and the post that we can publish next. Then I have another automation that still uses this table to auto-publish every morning this in LinkedIn and Facebook, but this will be part of another tutorial you can also find inside the Skool community, so make sure to check it out. So let's head down to Airtable and we're gonna create our first database from scratch. It's basically just a table, so it's gonna start like this. We're gonna have name and note as a starting fields. We're gonna delete what we don't need. We don't need an assignee, for example. We're gonna rename the field name into post idea. We're gonna keep notes. So here we are going to write our actual idea. So our quote will be something like AI automations is really cool and good for productivity. And as a prompt note, we can tell something this will be used from AI to add additional value. So explain our quote, adding value to the reader on the idea of AI helping to enhance productivity for professionals. And this will be just used from our AI to generate the actual body of the post. Status, we will keep this. We will set this initially as to do. We now need to add another field which is mandatory for our make automation to be triggered, and make will understand if it needs to process this based on a field which is last modified time, and we will set it to be updated if we do touch status. So this makes our automation able to understand if this row will modify, and you will add a post idea and we set it to do, and the automation will understand that it needs to be triggered. So let's start to create on make our first workflow now. So we will head down and create a new scenario, and we will start with Airtable. The first time you will need to set up your Airtable automation. You can check out how to do that in the tutorial on the Skool community. We will choose watch records. We will use your connection to the tool. Now we're gonna give a name to this so we can recognize it. So prompt post generation, image plus text. We're gonna choose post image plus text. Okay. Table 1, we just didn't give a name, but it will be the first. And we're gonna choose last modified. Label field, we can put post idea, it's not mandatory, and voila. So if we do run our automation, we can see the output is that it found an a row that is going to trigger our automation. So now we can start connecting the first module, which will be building our actual. Now we can start building our actual automation by asking OpenAI. We're gonna find OpenAI, create a completion prompt. So this works to create any kind of integration between some data and ChatGPT, like you would do using ChatGPT, but this will automate the workflow so you can repeat it as much as you want. We are going to set up the message that we will ask to the AI to do. So choosing message and a user, and then here we will add our prompt. So I am gonna take this initial prompt, we're gonna try together, and I'm gonna substitute these areas where I should put the variable that are coming from our database. So let me show you exactly. Based on this idea, and I will put post idea and these nodes, and here I will replace this by nodes. This tool will get the data from our database here, so our post idea and our nodes, to send them to AI to do the job. So these will be variables that will be used from the AI, understood. Okay, next we have something important to do to make this automation work. So we will put show advanced setting, and then we will need to choose the response format to be JSON. And to make sure this is working, we will put a note on the prompt, return your answer as JSON using a property post. Like this, we will tell AI what to do exactly. Okay, we can put max tokens like 1,000. This is how much number of token will be used for the answer, but we are just creating a post, so it's not very important in this case. So let's try to run our automation. So we will need to update this and put it to do, and start and press the button start. You can see it's working. So let's see what it did. So here we can check the result. Here it is our post. How AI automation skyrocketed productivity for professional, blah, blah, blah. Great. And you can check, if you want to check what the input was, to check if your prompt is correct, including the variables, to check what's here. So as you can see here, based on this idea, it included our quote, and then it included our notes for the prompt. So this workflow will start every time with each row triggered by the date, where we do update the status, and then start producing a post. So next we want to save our data record, create our column. So we will go ahead here, long text, post body. Long text is fine, we can enable rich formatting so we can see better what is the post. And magic, so now we need to do a little technical step. We will add a JSON parse step where we do get this result, and we will transform it into a simple data structure we will call post. We will just add this post of type text. Now we can update our database. So we will just choose Airtable, update the record. We will choose post generation image plus text, table 1. We will choose the record ID, which is from the first step. So it will understand that we need to actually update the row we are processing by this. Then we leave other part of the process like they are. And in post body, we will choose our post text. Hit OK. And then we will try to run our integration. So as always, we will change the status just to make sure, understand it needs to be triggered again. We see it's running, so it's taking our record, working with ChatGPT. JSON worked to understand what happened, and then we got a positive output. So if we do check our database, we have our post body here, which is also very nice. We can open it and then we can also review it. Very nice. Good. So now next we want to start working with our image. So right now we are here. I'm going to prepare the space to attach an image. So I'm gonna add a column called post image, type of attachment. So we will upload the image here. And next what we want to do is go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead on Placid, create a free account and start creating a new project. From a new project, I'm gonna call it post for LinkedIn. I'm gonna choose to add an integration with API and make create project. I'm gonna choose create template, and you can start from the one you like more. We're gonna do something similar as I showed in the preview, so I'm gonna choose this. Okay, I don't like this icon. I will add another image that I will use to put my picture. So here on the right I will choose an image in my profile. Good, nice. Then we can change the border radius to have it like rounded. Probably square is better, so we can change the size here, like 175 just to make sure it's squared. Then I can add the text very fast, a line on the left with my name inside. Rank, it's gonna be like 30. It's going to be, I don't know, font. I'm gonna go for white. Then I want to add another one just to put down here my hashtag and go for white. Yeah, you can do like the design you prefer. It's a design tool, so it's very easy to use. And it's very interesting because then you can build a full automation on this to make it completely integrated with the workflow that you are building. We're gonna keep this, but you're gonna remove swipe right because now we're just creating a simple image, not a carousel. It's also possible to create a carousel. You can also customize the image, or you can make your automation personalize the image every time. If you want, just you can add a field for that. I'm gonna show you later. So now the template is ready. You're gonna save it. You're gonna give a name, tutorial post. Okay, save. You can test it, so you can try with different text. Hello world. So big and long to check if it's nice. If you want to customize the image of your avatar, you can change the image every time. If you want to make a specific workflow for that, changing also a name like Alice, and you can change the hashtag too, and we're done. So here we can see it work. Okay, now we will automate the creation of the image. So we're gonna find Placid, create an image, then we will add our connection. So demo, post. And from Placid, we are going here, tutorial post, integrate, we're gonna choose make, and we're gonna grab this API token that is asking there. So from here, we're gonna put this here. Demo post will now show you tutorial post, which is our template. And here we're gonna put inside our data. So we're gonna change the title and insert post idea. And then we're gonna leave the rest. But if you want to customize the image, for example, of the person, you can change it with another point of data you can add into your table and then use it there to customize your template. You wanna change the color, you can change the color by putting a field for the color here, the background image, and so on. You understand what I'm telling you, right? So now it's running because I need to update the field every time. So let's run it. You can see it's creating the image. And we have an output. So we have a link to the image here. Wonderful. So now we're gonna save our data into our database and actually upload the image to store it in our social media automation database. Doing the same we did before. So we're gonna update our post generation table 1, still using the ID, the initial ID, and we're gonna add the image. We're gonna give the image URL here. We can leave file name empty and just press OK. Now we will also update the status of the automation to done. So it will update our database to mark it completed and will not repeat it again. Now we will force another run by changing the status again and run it. Okay, let's see. Wonderful. So as you can see, we have the status updated to done. Our post has been placed here, and we do have our image. So if we do open the row, we do have our nice little post here with a nice formatting and final call to action that I gave it into the prompt. And then we have our attached file, we can see. Very nice, huh? So here in like 20 minutes or less, we build end-to-end automation to generate a post from just an idea, some notes for the prompt to make it more customized, and our outcome is to generate our database of posts. So let's add another one just to see if it's like nice and working. So I love to play with AI, it's magic. And then we're gonna tell like, let's talk about how AI can support creativity and it's playful. And then I'm just gonna put to do. So we're gonna try with a new row our automation. Let's run it. Then gonna check the database real time to see what is happening. Yeah, I made a little mistake, so it rerun also the first row. Now I'm gonna show you how to change this. We're gonna add a filter. Wow, magic. So post, very nice. I love to play with the AI. It's magic, nice. So what happened is that the automation ran 2 times because we missed something here. So we need to set up a filter, and we're gonna show a label is to do, and the condition will be to check the status is actually to do. So we're gonna make sure that this filter like makes the automation just run the rows that has status to do and not that done, right? So very nice. So you can check out the Skool community where you can find many different classrooms, and there you can find also the next step of this course that will be, for example, to use our make automation to also schedule and post on social media. So the next step on this will be auto-publishing. Let's say you're building so many content every day, you want to have your automation that does the next step, which is to distribute on different platforms. So you can check out a tutorial where you can grab your post, image, and then you can distribute on different platforms, for example, LinkedIn, but we can make it work with other social media like Instagram for stories, different format, and deep dive into the customization. And then this will update your database with the final URL of the post, so you can check them out finally, and after your review, have your automation published every day or 2 times a day, for example, your magically generated post. So thank you very much for watching this. I hope you enjoy this kind of content. Make sure to join our free community where we do deep dive into the best strategies for AI automation and transformation for your company to save costs and generate additional revenues. And we also take it very practical with this kind of tutorial to show you the power of AI to build realistic, concrete workflows for your team, for your person as a professional. So thank you very much.